here with me today. Today I'm going to share with you, the books written by our author Xuemo. So before we start the books, welcome to our live stream, my friend. This is Louis from Western China. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Whether you're here from US, Europe, Mexico, South America, Southeast Asia, or anywhere else around the world, I'm so happy you're here with me today. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. This channel is dedicated to sharing your spiritual wisdom and human warmth found in the words of Chinese author Xuemo. So, no matter where you are joined from, I hope you can feel a sense of peace, inspiration, and connection in this little corner of internet. Yeah. So let's talk about who is Mr. Xuemo and why should you care about his work. Mr. Xuemo is one of the most prolific and inspiring authors from Western China, and his story bridges Eastern wisdom and human universal human emotions, offering readers around the world deep insight and timeless inspiration. So, if you love meaningful story, profound thoughts, and beautifully written books, you are absolutely in the right place. Reading is not only about getting knowledge; it's a way to nourish the soul, to remember who we are, and to discover peace and clarity. So don't just scroll past, my friend. Hit the follow button and subscribe our channel and stay with us. We go live different times every day, bringing you fun story, inspiring talks, and good vibes. This is a space full of warmth, positivity, and love. So may you set a comment right here and give us a like and drop a comment below if you have any questions. Let's spend a wonderful time together right here. Okay, today I want to introduce you the story written by our author Xuemo, the selected story by Xuemo. Okay, this book is the most powerful selected story written by our author Xuemo, and this book has been translated into more than 20 languages. Okay, so let me share you one of the most touching short story by Chinese author Xuemo. Okay, by Chinese Enlightenment author Xuemo from Mr. Xuemo's collection Selected Story by Xuemo. And this book gathers several of his most powerful tales, stories set around the ancient zero, exploring the themes of faith, love, fate, and redemption. And this book is about four short stories. The first one is Omen Xinjiang, and the second one is Beauty, and the third one is the crunching of the blood beans at the dead of night, and the last one is the women, the camel, and the doves. Yeah, let's talk about the first story. The first story, Omen Xinjiang, is simple yet deeply moving. And the story tells about an old man lived alone in a small villages in Western China. A man without a name, without wealth, and without quiet dignity. But he has weathered the storm of life, and just like the desert wind that shaped his land and his soul. Yeah. So why the people call the man Omen Xinjiang? Is this man from Xinjiang province? Is this man live in Xinjiang? So I'm going to share you the story later. I'm giving the answer later. So if you're new here, just feel free to subscribe our channel. Thank you so much. So Omen Xinjiang is about a story with tragedy. The day after his wedding, she was seized by soldiers and forced into war. He never ever saw his bride's face clearly. And years later, when he finally escaped and returned home, he found that his wife has been sold to another man. Yeah. So, but instead of anger or hatred, Omen Xinjiang chose acceptance. He endured humiliation, ridiculous, and loneliness, yet still cared deeply for the woman who once was his, now the wife of someone else. Omen Xinjiang owes almost nothing. Yeah, he owes almost nothing. 2 meals a day, 2 sets of clothes a year, and a few old tools that have served him for decades. Omen Xinjiang, his life is dry bare, Here, between their simplistic lies of profound peace, at dusk, Omen Xinjiang, after eating his humble meal of yams, of white grains, Omen Xinjiang placed a small stool outside his door, and he looked at the moon, talked softly to his little dog, and let the night embrace him. That quiet moment, small, human, scared, is when he feels most alive. He forgot hunger, pain, and even himself. Beneath his poverty, the reader sensed, something pure, a freedom untouched by fate. He has lost anything. Mei Xinjiang has lost everything. Yet he owes one thing that no one thing can take, a tranquil heart. But his serenity is not born of escape. It comes from responsibility. Though poor and frail, he lived with dignity. He is a man of integrity and courage, a true son of China's western land. When Omen Xinjiang's wife remarried after years of his disappearance, okay, he felt no anger, only relief that his wife was safe and living well. From then on, Omen Xinjiang devoted his meager earning to care for her from afar, giving her the few coins he made each day, contents just to see her face across the street. So after the story was published on Guardian newspaper, okay, Guardian newspaper, and then in the years of 2012, okay, as the five top short story from contemporary China, okay. So a lot of reader can can believe that in Western China, Omei Xinjiang, there's a kind of the pure love between Omei Xinjiang and his wife. So the short story Omei Xinjiang has been turned to the TV series this year. Okay, so one of the actress that is Mr. Xuemo's reader, one of the actress, she is the Mr. Xuemo's reader. And then do you know what happened to that lady? That lady just passed away of a couple days ago. She just passed away a couple days ago. Okay, she just passed away because of the, how to say that? Because of the cancer. Because of the cancer. So the lady with another actor and actress come to our academy last month. So when I met the lady, so I saw there's nothing wrong with her. Okay, I can see her face calm, serene, and peaceful, as if there's nothing wrong with her. But after 1 month later, I got the message from my friend. Okay, my friend write an essay to memorize the actress of the old man Xinjiang. She said that this friend, my friend, just passed away this morning, okay, because of cancer. So I didn't believe that a woman like that, she just passed away, okay. And you know that I just told you the lady, okay, this book, the Old Man Xinjiang was turned into the TV series, okay, and the TV series was directed by Ming Reader, and the actors and actress all by all author readers. So now I'm going to share you some video about the TV series of the Old Man Xinjiang from the from the from this short story, selected story by Xuemo Old Man Xinjiang. Okay, now I'm going to show you the video right here. Can you see that? So you know that almost Xinjiang was seized by soldier and forced to join the battle to take the battle in Xinjiang province the day after his wedding, and then many years later, and then so and the next day his wife found Omen Xinjiang was missing. So that is the series. That's the video. Can you see that? That's one reader of our author Xuemo. One reader of our author Xuemo. So another okay. So many years later, many years later, Omen just escaped and returned home. Okay, accord past the and Omen just passed the desert to come back home, and this is the video. That's Omen Xinjiang. Okay, can you see that? Okay, let's continue to talk about the story. Let's continue to talk about this. Hi, welcome, Vanden, nice to meet you. Okay, hi, my friend. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. So today I'm going to share you a touching story from the Selected Story by Xuemo Omen Xinjiang. Okay, Verdant, have you ever read a book written by our author Xuemo? Okay, so let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, the story of Omen Xinjiang. So why the people call Omen Xinjiang just Omen Xinjiang? Okay, it's the man from was born. Oh, okay, you're from India. Nice to meet you. Okay, you're from India. I'm from Western China. My name is Louis, my friend. Okay, nice to meet you. Okay, Vaden, have you ever subscribed our channel? You can subscribe our channel. Okay, for more updates, for more wisdom books written by Chinese Enlightenment writer Xuemo. So you know that Mr. Xuemo has written more than 80 titles with over 300 editions and translated into more than 20 languages. So yes, okay, you subscribe. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, the story. So when his wife remarried after years of Omen Xinjiang's disappearance, he left no anger, only believed that she was safe and living well. And from then on, Omen Xinjiang devoted his meager earning to care for her from afar, and giving her the few coins he made each day, contents just to see her face across the street. So Omen Xinjiang, actually, she was born in Gansu province, not in Xinjiang province. Just because the day of after his wedding, he was seized by soldiers and forced into the battle. Okay, and then he take the battle in Xinjiang province. Many years later, when he escaped from Xinjiang province and come back home, and a lot of people just call him Omen Xinjiang, a man without a name, without money, without wealth, without anything. Yeah. So Omen Xinjiang is an elderly man who spent his entire life guiding love without regret and without complaint. Omen Xinjiang was posted online by Guardian newspaper in the years of 2012, entitled as one of China's 5 top short stories. The Ninja. Yeah, the Ninja is really great. So have you ever watched the movie of the Ninja? The Ninja is from Japan. The Ninja is from Japan. So we're talking about China, okay, the Western China, the literature from China. Yeah, my friend. Yeah, the ninja. So I love the movie of the Turtles Ninja. Okay, have you ever saw the movie of the Turtles Ninja? Okay, so there are about 5 or 7 turtles ninja. Okay, so I love that movie too. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know how to become a ninja. Okay, but I know. But yeah, the movie, the Martin Ninja, the Ninja Turtle. Yeah, the movie. Yeah, you also watch the movie. Yeah, you know that when I was a very little boy, I watched a lot of the Ninja Turtles, the cartoon. Yeah, so and the Ninja Turtle, you, you do it? Yeah, and also the Ninja Turtle become the video game. The video game when I was a very little child. When I was a very little child, and then okay, I didn't care about the video games for long times. For long times. Now I only care about the books. To reading the books in my spare time. Okay, to do some writing in my spare time, my friend. Vanden. Okay, Vanden. So let's continue to talk about the book. Old Man Xinjiang was posted online by Guardian newspaper in 2012, entitled as one of top five top short story for contemporary China. Okay, so for many reader, this story feels universal. It is not just about China. It is about us. It's about aging, loneliness, and the strength it takes to face the passing of time with grace. So if you ever look at your parent or your grandparent and wonder what they carry inside, this story on Xinjiang, okay, from Selected Story by Xuemo, will speak directly to your heart. Will speak directly to your heart. Mr. Xuemo writes in a simple, almost poetic style. Every line in the novels feels honest. Every silence feels scared. Reading Old Man Xinjiang, it is like sitting quietly beside an old friend. Listen to the desert wind and remembering what truly matters in life. For Western reader, Old Man Xinjiang is more than a glimpse into the rural China. It is a meditation on resilience, acceptance, and the quiet nobility of endurance. And the story of Man Xinjiang, it invited us to it invited us to it invites us to reconsider what it means to live well, to forgive, and to find the beauty in simplicity. In just a few pages, Mr. Xuemo revealed what many novels take a lifetime to say, that even in the humblest life, the human superior can shine with the quiet light. So, and through this story, Omen Xinjiang, from Selected Story by Xuemo, we come to truly understand love means what love means in daily life. In daily life, we often say, I love you, I love my family, or I love others. But this old man Xinjiang showed us that the real love is giving, giving silently, giving zealously, and without asking for anything in return. The true love is wishing happiness, health, and peace for the one who care about, even if we cannot hold them close. Too often, our modern idea of love is perceptive and transactional. But to experience the true love, one must read the short story Omen Xinjiang. For only through Omen Xinjiang can we begin to understand love is asked for nothing, yet gives everything. Yeah, selected story by Xuemo, and this book was translated into more than 20 languages. And this English version is translated by psychology Nikki Harman from Great Britain. Nikki Harman said, I'm very honored I'm very honored to have the opportunity to introduce Mr. Xuemo's novel to English reader and open a window for you to have a glimpse of Chinese literature, said Nikki Harman. So, if you love the meaningful story that bring you peace and reflection, this is a must read. This is a perfect book for readers who love the world literature, Asian story, or deeply emotional writing. So you can take the book from Amazon, so that is story by Xuemo, okay, and experience the quiet beauty of humanity through the Eastern wisdom and storytelling. And this book, it is available in several formats on Amazon. The Audible audiobook is about $1 or free with the Audible Premium Plus. It is a great way to experience this story if you enjoy listening while relaxing or driving. And also, the second choice is the Kindle ebook. The Kindle ebook for the Solati story by Xuemo, it only takes you $1. It's perfect for instant and reading on your device. And the third choice is the paperback editions. It's around $21. It's a wonderful choice if you like a printed copy to keep or as a gift. So if you want to explore the heart of the ancient zero China, to feel the emotion of people who live, love, and endured, Selected Story by Xuemo is the book for you. And this book is about four short stories. The first one, Xixia, I just told you, and the second one, that is the beauty, and the third one is the crunching of the block beans at the dead of night, and the last one is the woman, the camel, and the doves. Yeah, this four short story make up this book, made this book, Selected Story by Xuemo. Yeah. So now I'm going to show you another book written by our author Xuemo. That is the first novel written by our author Xuemo. Okay, that's the rise. So I want to introduce you a novel that many readers say change the way they see China. Yeah, that's the rise. Written by the award-winning Chinese author Xuemo. Yeah. So you know that Mr. Xuemo's novel Into the Desert won the New York City Big Book Award and the International Impact Book Award. Okay, for the world literature, for the women fiction, and also the White Fox Ridge also won a New York Big Book Award and a lot of awards. So Mr. Xuemo is award-winning Chinese author Xuemo. So this book, it took Mr. Xuemo 12 years in total to finish with elaborate care and eventually make him achieve immense literary acclaim and launch his career as a nationality recognized writer. Yeah. So I just told you that Mr. Xuemo used 12 years to write this book. Okay, so how Mr. Xuemo used 12 years to write this book? Just like the people just write about 500 words a day? No, actually Mr. Xuemo, he's a very hardworking writer. Okay, and he wake up for these 12 years. Mr. Xuemo wake up 3 a.m. and then he go to sleep at 11 p.m. It means that Mr. Xuemo, he will use more than 20 hours for his writing and for the preparing to write this book. Yeah. So Mr. Xuemo wake up at 3 a.m. at the age of 25. Yeah. Actually, Mr. Xuemo, she start his meditation and visualization from 17 years old. After the high school, after Mr. Xuemo learning other students in normal school, our autism he start to wake up at 3 a.m. So according to Mr. Sherman's classmate, so they can see a boy, a little boy, a short boy, are always reading on the under the light in the playground. A boy are always reading the books in the library, okay, in the classroom, okay. So that is Mr. Schumer's uh, 17 to 19, and our older Schumer was a student in normal school, and after Mr. Schumer graduated from normal school, Mr. Schumer became a Chinese teacher in middle school, 19 years old student, okay. So according to the Mr. Schumer's autobiography, Mr. Schumer writes about a story about when he was a teacher in the middle school. So Mr. Schumer was in the middle school in Shuangcheng Middle School, and Mr. Schumer met his wife. Mr. Schumer's wife is Mr. Schumer's student. Okay, Mr. Schumer was 19 years old, and the student is about 18 years old. And Mr. Schumer's wife, author Xuemo's wife, is 18 years old. Okay, and then actually Mr. Xuemo's wife wanted dating with author Xuemo when he was a student. When she was a student, she would always go to Mr. Xuemo's room for asking the questions. Okay, to ask him for the confusion of the study. Okay, and Mr. Xuemo will always give her the answer. So, and if you want to know more about Mr. Xuemo, so you can take a copy of the A Person West to read. That is the autobiographies about Mr. Xuemo. Yeah. So, and then let's talk about the desert rice. The desert rice, you know that Mr. Xuemo, he's waking up at 3 a.m. How can a boy about 18, 19 years old, 17 years old, he can wake up in 3 a.m. So at this age of the teenager, 17 or 19, 18 or 19, so they are always sleepy. So Mr. Schumer, he set the alarm at 3 a.m. But the alarm cannot wake him up. The clock cannot wake him up. So Mr. Schumer decided to drink a lot of cool water. She drank a lot of cool water before the bedtime, and then because he drank a lot of water before the bedtime, so he was always want to go to the toilet. He just want to go to the toilet, even though in his dream. When Mr. Schumer was dreaming, he was always dream about he was go very very quickly to to find the toilet, but unfortunately Mr. Schumer cannot find the toilet in his dream, and then he wake up. So that is the way Mr. Schumer just forced himself to wake up at 3 a.m. Okay, why Mr. Schumer just want to wake up at 3 a.m. every morning? Just because Mr. Xuemo, he want to start his writing, he want to start his reading from 3 a.m. Okay, Mr. Xuemo insists on wake up at 3 a.m. until Mr. Xuemo was 50 years old. Now Mr. Xuemo is about 33 years old. Mr. Xuemo was 33 years old, and then he wake up. Okay, he wake up when he open his eyes. Yeah, sometimes it was about 2 a.m. Sometimes it was 1 a.m. and sometimes it's 3 a.m. and sometimes 4 a.m. But there was a rule according to our autonomous life. He wake up before 5 a.m. Just because Mr. Xuemo will have the live session from 5 a.m. to 5:30 in Beijing time. Okay, our author will share the story of the books with his readers. Okay, a lot of Mr. Xuemo's readers just take the live session according to Mr. Xuemo's life section. So Mr. Xuemo insists on the reading corner on the internet and everyday morning in the live section from 2019. Okay, it's more than 7 years old. Oh, it's more than 7 years. It's more than 7 years for Mr. Xuemo to take the live sessions to sharing the books, to reading the books with the readers. Yeah. So you know that Mr. Xuemo was writing the books when Mr. Xuemo was a teacher, when Mr. Xuemo was a Chinese teacher in primary school. Yeah, and actually, sometimes when Mr. Xuemo start to write this book, okay, Mr. Xuemo want to quit his job. He just want to quit his job as a teacher, and then Mr. Xuemo become the editor of the Wu Education newspaper, and then it means that Mr. Xuemo just want to work less time, and then he can have a lot of time for his writing. Yeah, so let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, let's continue to talk about the book. Who is the desert rice? Who is the desert rice written for? Who is the desert rice written for? Some said it is a requiem for disappearing agriculture civilization, and others said it preserved the life of the spirit of the entire generation. And still, others believe it is a farewell. It is a farewell. It is a farewell to life itself. Yeah. Okay, my friend. Okay, there's something wrong right here. Okay, let's continue to talk about the book, my friend. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. And some people said that this book preserve the life and the spirit of entire generation. And some readers believe it is a farewell. It is a farewell to history itself. It is a farewell to history itself, my friend. Okay, hi Peter, nice to meet you. Welcome to our live stream. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. This channel is dedicated to sharing you the spiritual wisdom and human warmth found in the words of Chinese author Xuemo. So today I'm going to show you the first novel written by our author Xuemo. Our author Xuemo started to write this book at the age of 25. When he finished, he was 37 years old. And this book is about the people who live, how the people live in the deserts in 1990s. Okay, so let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, now let's continue to talk about the pool. Okay, so the desert rice. Sorry. Okay, I just take some walks. Okay, urgency. Okay, so who is the desert rice written for? Some people said that it is a requiem for disappearing agriculture civilization, and others said it preserved the life and the spirit of entire generation. And still, others believe it is a farewell. It is a farewell to history itself, setting Hershey corridor of Gansu province. Desert Rice is one of Mr. Xuemo's most powerful novels. It brings to life a small farming village in northwestern China, not through the grand wars of famous heroes, but through the quiet, enduring strength of ordinary people. Yeah, the story follows Lao Shen and his family as they struggle to survive with almost nothing. They raise hawk, they raise the eagle as hunter. They train the eagle as hunter. So if you want to know how the people to train the eagle, so you can take this book, and this book it can show you how to train an eagle as a hunter. Yeah. So also also mm, they just train the eagle as hunter for catching the white hare, for catching the white hare. So you know that the people in Western China, they didn't ask so much for the nature. They asked very little for the nature. Okay, uh, I come to these villages in northwestern China. Okay, for about more than 4 years. So I saw the farmers only work for 6 months. Only work for 6 months. They work from April to October, and then from October to April they are resting for 6 months. So and then the people in Western China they say that they told when I talked to some of the Western Chinese people, okay, and then they told me that they want to let the research, they want to let a search to their children, to their grand grandson, just something like that, yeah. And Laotian, when they want to eat some meat, they will take the eagle. They will go to the eagle to the goby for catching the white hare. Okay, so they only catch the white hare 1 week a time. They didn't catch the white hare every day. Every day, okay, they just catch the white hare once a week. Okay, so the raised the eagle as hunter for catching the white hares. They plant yams, quarter, love, worship, and month. This simple moment of hunger, laughter, and loss form a moving portrait of humanity's fight to live with dignity, courage, and hope. Yeah, Mr. Xuemo once said, Mr. Xuemo once said, I just want to leave something behind. I just want to let something behind. Evidence that we once lived. Evidence we once lived. Yeah? And that's what the desert rice does. It preserves the show of a disappearing world. Disappearing and remind us that even the smallest life carry infinite meaning. You know that Mr. Sherman spent 20 years in total, from the age of 25 to 46, creating what is not known as the desert challenges. The desert challenges is about the desert rice, desert hunter, and the white tiger pass. Desert hunter and the white tiger pass. Yeah, these three books as the desert challenges. Yeah. So I have to put the book over here. Now, and the desert rice is the first born of the desert challenges. It's the born of the desert challenges. Yeah. So through Mr. Xuemo's writing, we feel the pulse of the China vast western land, the endless horizons and the cruel beauties of the deserts and the quiet strength of people who live there, as his translator, Professor Sybil Richard Lin, beautifully said. Mr. Xuemo's novel carried the flavor of the western wilderness. They let the foreign reader experience both the brutality and the beauty of life in the deserts. So one of my friend told that they never step into the desert. But after she read the books of the desert rice, she know that how the people live in the desert. She can also feel the flavor of the deserts. Yeah, for Western readers who love the grace of wrath of 100 years of solitude, the desert rice offer the same timeless power. The story, the story of human endurance, love, and the quiet heroism of ordinary life, and it opened a door into a vanishing world where traditions, song, and simple joy are fading. Yet through Xuemo's writing, they live forever. So many of us, so many of us of Hi, my friend. Welcome to our live stream. So let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, let's continue to talk about the book of the desert rice. The desert rice, yeah. So if you're looking for something authentic, poetic, and spiritual powerful, you can get your copy of the desert rice today right here on Amazon. It is available in both paperback and Kindle editions on Amazon. So this book is more than a novel. Okay, it is a piece of his living history, a window into the soul of China's desert people, yeah, and a tribute to life itself. And the book, it opened a door into a vanishing world where the tradition, song, and simple joys are fading. Yes, through Xuemo's writing, yes, through Mr. Xuemo's writing, they live forever. Yeah. Yes, through Mr. Xuemo's writing, they live forever. Okay. So let's continue to talk about the book, okay? This book is more than a novel, okay? It is a piece of living history. It is a window into the soul of China's desert people and a tribute to life itself, okay? And also, you know that Mr. Schumer's writing, we can sing the Chinese, the books according to the Chinese folk song. You know that, if you know the story of our author Xuemo, Mr. Xuemo was born in a small villages in Western China, in a very small rural villages in Western China. Okay, can you imagine that? When Mr. Xuemo was a very little child, only the school textbook could be found in his villages. Okay, there was no book for him to read when Mr. Sherman was a child. But how can a child become a reader of globally? How to become a okay, our autism's dream. And actually, when Mr. Sherman was a very little child, he got the nourishment from the story of Mr. Sherman's mother talking the story to Mr. Sherman, and also from the Chinese folk song, yeah. So the Chinese folk song is played with in Western China. They play with the Sangxianzi. There's another kind of erhu, but it didn't like erhu. I'm going to show you the Sangxianzi. Okay. So let's continue to talk about the book, okay? Hi, hi, Ada. Hi, Ada, okay? Nice to meet you, my friend. How's anything? How's anything, my friend, my brother? Okay. So, do you want to? Okay, Keto. Okay, Keto. Okay, I remember you, Keto. Yeah, Keto. Hi, Keto. Okay. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah. So, okay, how's anything, Keto? Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Sorry, I just answered some messages from the packages. Okay, the packages. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the book, okay? So I'm going to show you some video about the Xianzi, okay, in China, the Chinese folk song, Quito. Have you ever, have you ever listened about the, um, listen to Chinese folk song? Okay, I'm going to show you, okay? Yeah, just like that. That's some kind of Chinese folk song. So Mr. Xuemo's novel can sing in this kind of instruction or the music instructions. Yeah, okay, okay, that's great. So you know that Mr. Sherman's novel can sing just like this kind of music style, Chinese folk song. Yeah. So do you know that Mr. Sherman, when he writing novels, he was always singing the Chinese folk song and writing the novels. So that's because that's the reason why our author Sherman's novel can sing with the Chinese folk song. Okay. Yeah. So, and then this is the Chinese folk song, and then that's the blind man who are singing the Chinese folk song, and Mrs. Sherman got the narration from the Chinese folk song. Okay, that's the blind man. That's the blind man. Yeah, he cannot see anything. Yeah, but he can sing. They can sing a lot of Chinese folk song, a lot of story according to the Chinese folk song. Yeah. Okay, let's continue to talk about the book. One of my friends from Canada couldn't stop praising after reading The Desert Rise. Okay, he told me that, my friend told me that. Okay, so he was deeply moved. The emotion in this book felt so dedicated and so real. Hi. Okay, yeah, okay. Susho, so okay, and even in here, okay. So do the people in China have anxiety and fear? Yeah, of course. All the people in China, all the people all over the world, they have the anxiety and fear. So how can they deal with that? How can you deal with that? So you can take the books from our author Xuemo's book. Okay, we can take the books from our author Xuemo's book, Beyond Emptiness. And also, when you know that anything is impermanent, the world is a reflection of the mind. The world is a reflection of the mind. When you see all the things, okay, it's just a passing dream. All the anxiety, all the fear, it's just a passing dream. So we will let go of the anxiety and fear, and we can find the clarity in our life. So that is the guardian from our author Xuemo, the enlightenment teacher Xuemo. Okay, so Mr. Xuemo write a lot of cultures works, just like the Beyond Emptiness. Okay, Master Tan Siyong, he said that this book is the best book in the Buddhism theories in the last 100 years and beyond. Yeah. Okay. So And this book is the English editions of the work is a reflection of the mind. Was written by Chinese Enlightenment writer Xuemo and translated by J.C. Clary, the professor at Harvard University. So if you know that anything is just like a passing dream, anything is just the reflection of our mind. So okay, just talk about my experience. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue talk about the book. Okay, about 4 years ago, 4 years ago, okay, my father-in-law, he just passed away in my arm with my wife and with my mm, with my brother-in-law. Okay, all the people are all together in a house, and my father-in-law, he just passed away in my arm. So, and I feel so sad. I feel so sad, and so does my wife. So that's my wife. So did my wife. Okay, and my wife's brothers and my brother-in-law. Okay, they are. Some of them are crying. Some of them are crying. But you know that I have read the books. I have read the books from 20. Uh, let's see. I just read the book from 2017. Yeah, and my father-in-law, he passed away in the years of 2021. Yeah, so I just know that anything is just the feeling. It's just like the passing dreams in our life. Okay, anything is just like the passing dreams in our life. I although I was feeling sad. I didn't cry. I told to my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. I just tell them, okay, you know that the death is another kind of transcendence. The death is another kind of transcendence. According to the Oriental culture, according to the Oriental culture, the people pass away. It's just another chance for him to take the transcendence. So if you cry in front of the bodies, okay, they will feel the crying. They will feel the crying. Okay, they will you just made the people made the dying people to how to say that. Okay, they don't want to live. They don't want to let go of anything. Just make them to you. Your crying just cause their desires. Okay, so I just persuade them just to keep uh, don't cry. Don't cry, especially in my father-in-law's body. So if they want to cry, they just go outside of the house and cry. And then after they stop crying, they can come back to the house. So we just stay with my father-in-law's bodies. Okay, just take care of him, and we just retreat we just retreat the managers. The managers just made them just give my father-in-law the leading to go to the just like something paradise, just something like that. Okay, so okay, that is the guidance. That's the guidance from Beyond Emptiness, how to take care of dying people. So in this book, I love this book so much just because this book can show us the guidance how to take care of dying people and how to take care about the okay, even though that okay, when a dying people's feeling is also described in detail in this book. So you know that the death is a chance of transcendence in our life. And just because I know that, after I read the books, I know that the fear and the pain and the anxiety is just the gap between the expectation and the reality. Yeah. So when our expectation is like this and the reality is like this, the gap that it makes us feel anxiety, fear, and also pain. So when we know the truth of the world, when we know the truth of the universe, anxiety and fear anymore, my friend. Okay, so, okay, do you know what I mean that? Do you know what I mean that? So just because I know the truth of the universe, just because I read a lot of Mr. Xuemo's book and I know and I got a guidance by our author Xuemo, yeah. So that is the way you can you can deal with the anxiety and fear. And also our author Xuemo has a message, a text message to how to take care, how to transform the fear into something else, how to how to deal with the fear. So when you know that the fear is impermanent, okay, anything in our life is impermanent. That is the truth of the world. That's the truth of the universe. So how can we know the truth? Okay, we have to do some kind of spiritual training. Yeah. So the spiritual training up before you do the spiritual training, you have to find a good teacher, and your teacher will show you the method according to your spiritual training. Yeah. So I'm going to show you the methods how to the guidance how to transform the fear into the inner peace, my friend. Yeah. Also, you can transform the anxiety into the inner peace too. Replace all your thoughts with a fearful or anxiety mind and emotions. When we pay attention to our fear, when we pay attention to our anxiety, we see it is empathy. We see it is empathy. We just concentrate it, pay attention to it. Okay, with no real substance. At times like this, we don't sense the external world of ourselves. We just feel obliged ordinance, which we should maintain without getting attached to it. When that happens, we will experience something dreamlike illusory, a state we should enjoy in peace without letting go. David, David Lee, you don't want you're tired of going to the college, accounting. Okay, your major is accounting, yeah. Your major is accounting, David, yeah. Okay, if you feel that it's boring, okay, you know that Mr. Sherman's son, he didn't go to the university. Okay, he didn't go to the university. He quit his study from high school just because he wanted to become a writer. And in high school, Mr. Sherman's writer's son start writing the novels. Yeah, and then that's according to your that's because you're not weak. So you have to stop. You have to stop. You have to concentrate. You have to concentrate on your mind. So okay, Susho, my friend, Susho, you don't need to afraid the future. You don't need to afraid the future. Anything else, yeah. So you know that anything in our life, okay, is impermanent. Even though the love in our life is also impermanent. You know that, okay, about when I was in graduating from university, when I was graduating from university. So okay, I felt okay. I was dating with a girl for more than 3 years, from more than 3 years. So I thought that the girl was the girl was written in the start in my life. Okay, the girl was the selective persons in my life, and after my graduation, and then we work in in different cities. Okay, we work in different cities. One day she come to me. He said that, Louis, okay, will you get married with me? As I said, yes, I will get married with you. So and she said that, will you get married with me as soon as possible? I said that, and actually her name is Wendy. I said, Wendy, I just graduated from university, So can you wait me for about 2 years? When we have enough money to afford the apartment, to afford the car, so I will get married with you. So you know that if we want to get married, we will think about the fears of of the kids and a lot of things. Yeah, a lot of things. Yet we want to care about that. Yeah. So and the lady said to me, okay, now our relationship it will be broke. You know that when she talked to me, okay, she actually fell in love with another man. So, and I feel how's that? I feel anything in the world are betraying me, and I also felt that, okay, I was live in the cool room, okay, after this relationship ends. So I just go to work every day until the midnight. I didn't want to come back home. I didn't want to come back home. I just want to work and work and work. Okay, I let the busy work replace the pain of the emotions. But okay, after 2 years later, so I met my wife. Okay, so and then we get married. So you know that anything is just the passing dreams in our life. Anything is just like a drop of water under the sunshine. You know that? Do you know what I mean, my friend? Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the guardian from our author Xuemo in this book, okay? In the eternal love. Actually, that guardian is our author Xuemo give to the main character of Yato when Yato got the tongue cancer, and the doctor says she only have 2 or 3 months left to live. Yeah, and and the main character Yato is just called to our author Xuemo, and under the guidance by our author Xuemo, she transformed the fear into something else in her life. He transformed the fear into the inner balance. Yeah, and this lady, you know that when her body was in agony, but her mind was always peaceful. Okay, she was always peaceful to the people around her. Okay, as if there's nothing wrong with her. Okay, so when we talk to this lady, okay, we don't know what happened to her. Okay, so that is the girl who deal with the anxiety and fear. So okay, okay, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. So we will share a lot of this kind of novel, this kind of story, and this kind of books written by Chinese enlightened writer Xuemo. Yeah. So are you still here, my friend? Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the books of the Desert Rise. The Desert Rise, yeah. The Desert Rise are written by Chinese author Xuemo. Yeah, the Desert Rise are written by our author Xuemo. Yeah. So yeah, you okay, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure, my friend Susho. Susho. Okay, Susho, have you ever subscribed our channel? Okay. So are you from, okay, your name is like you're from Russia, my friend, Susho, okay? So let's continue to talk about the book, okay, of the Desert Rise. One of my friends from Canada couldn't stop praising after reading the Desert Rise. He told me that he was deeply moved, the emotion in the book. Oh, you're from Nepal? Yeah. Yeah, I know that a lot of my friends are from Nepal. Okay, you know that. Okay, you know that one of my friend was. We have an agency. We have an agency in Nepal. Okay, 古自潮. She was live in Nepal. Get a mender. Yeah, and then 2 years ago. Okay, four Nepalese, two Nepalese to visit our academy. Okay, they are the drama director. The drama director come to our academy. So they want to take this book to become the drama. Okay, the love letters from the goddess. The love letters from the goddess is about the love letters between the living goddess in Nepal and the pilgrim from Tibet. Okay, the forbidden love between the living goddess in Nepal and the Tibetan pilgrim. Yeah, and the the drama director told me that the living goddess in Nepal is called Kumari, and then in this book, the living goddess is and her name is called Saraswati. Saraswati in Nepal is means the wisdom god, the wisdom goddess, the wisdom goddess, yeah, the wisdom goddess, yeah. So I know a lot of things about Nepal, okay, yeah. So yeah, is that right? Okay, Susho, okay. Susho, okay, my friend, have you ever subscribed our channel? If you're new here, just feel free to subscribe our channel. Thank you so much for more updates and for more wisdom books. So let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, he said that he was deeply moved. The emotion in the book felt so dedicated and so real. He said that this is the first time I would truly step into China through a story about his ethnic Chinese. His grandfather immigrated from China. Uh, mm, you know that that when the bad things happens, it's just your faith, okay, just your faith to make the bad things happen to you. Actually, okay, for example, okay, you got the faith, you believe the God, you believe the, and some people say that, okay, some people say that, okay, if the God is exist, if I falling down and break my leg, can the God save me? Actually, that's not the meaning of the faith. The meaning of the faith is that, okay, when your emotion was in the when your emotion when something terrible happens according to make you feel sad, and the faith can give you the power to rebuild again. Okay, that's the meaning of the faith. Yeah, yeah. So I have my religions. Yeah, a lot of Chinese people are the Taoists, and also and I'm also a Taoist. Yeah. So you know the Taoist in China, Lao Tzu. Yeah. So I got a certification from the Taoism Association. Yeah. So and after I meet our author Xuemo, the writer Xuemo. Can you see the background behind me? Writer Xuemo behind me. Can you see that? Yeah, the pictures of writer Xuemo. Can you see that? That is our writer Xuemo. Yeah. So Mr. Xuemo is an enlightenment teacher. Yeah, you know that. So actually, the Taoism in China, they more care about the body, the physical exercise, exercise. Okay, but in my opinion, the Buddhism is much higher. Is another level. Is much higher than the Taoism. Yeah, than Taoism. Yeah. So Mr. Xuemo's writing, according to Mr. Xuemo's writing, Mr. Xuemo was influenced by the traditional Chinese culture. You know that traditional Chinese culture is about the Confucianism, the Taoism, and the Buddhism. So Mr. Xuemo got the nourishment from the Chinese culture, traditional Chinese culture. The all our original get the nourishment is not like the scholar. Yeah, our original when he learned the Taoism, the Confucianism, and the Buddhism He not only just studied at it, he learning and he meditated, he also practiced. So all the feelings, all the enlightenment wisdom are according to our original training. Yeah. So Mr. do the visualization and he find a lot of teachers. He find a lot of good teachers in his life. And the teachers give Mr. the method, the guidance, how to do the spiritual training. The spiritual training, yeah. So can you imagine that after Mr. got the enlightenment wisdom, Mr. spent 20 years closed door treatment, closed doors training to take all the theories from the Buddhism, the Taoism, and the Confucianism. So Mr. Sherman's writing his writing unlike the other writers, the people's a lot of writer they write about the deserts, okay, but a lot of writer they write the desert just according to the description of other books, and our authors was writing the desert. The desert was born in Mr. Sherman's mind. The, the desert was born in Mr. Sherman's mind. And then our original writer, desert, just his life and his show. Yeah. So that is the difference of Mr. Sherman's writing. So a couple of days ago, Mr. Sherman just have a conversation with a German scholar. Okay, the German scholar he met Mr. Sherman about 7 years ago. He met Mr. Sherman 7 years ago, and he read some of Mr. Sherman's book. He was so interested of Mr. Sherman's writing, especially the desert rice. He said that the animals in Mr. Sherman's writing, they just like a human. How can you do that? Our audition said that, okay, my writing is just all the things was grow and born in my mind. So how can you do that? How can Mr. Sherman do that? It's just like a spiritual writing. Mr. Sherman's writing is just like a spiritual writing. Okay, spiritual writing. How can he do that? First, you have to find your teacher. Okay, so you have to find your teacher. Hey, Kevin, nice to meet you. It's very important for you to find your teacher. Okay, under the guidance by your teacher, and you start your spiritual training. You start your spiritual training. Okay, the training at the first, the guidance from your teacher, the training from your guidance from your teacher. Okay, and then you will become seriousness. The seriousness is very important. You have to let go of anything you have. You know that Mr. Sherman, he was always said, I don't want anything. The only thing I want is just want to achieve myself. I just want to perfect myself, perfect my character. Okay, so that's why our ultimate he don't need anything. He let go of everything. Yeah. So the first step, you will become the seriousness. Yeah. Okay, you love anything, and then you can, if you want to take anything, okay, and then some days when your body was when you're dying, and all the things you have to let it go. So I'm going to share you an example. And an old man, okay, he take his old life to take a lot of changes, okay, the beautiful painting, the beautiful furniture, a lot of things, a lot of beautiful suit. Okay, one day when he was old enough, and nobody will take care of him. Okay, and his son was living Los Angeles, and his grandson is also live in Los Angeles, and his daughter-in-law was also live in Los Angeles, and he live in China, and and he cannot take care of himself. Okay, so he have to move to the nursing house. He have to move to the nursing house. Okay, when he take a lot of changes in her house, he only can take very little to the nursing house because the nursing house is it just offer him a very little room for him. The room can set a bed, can set a wardrobe, okay, just something like that. They cannot carry too much for him. So the man he have to let go of a lot of things. So actually someday in future it will be passed away. Okay, the last thing we want to face is the box. It's a small box. Yeah. So you have to let go of anything. Yeah, I'm great. I'm great. Okay. So Kevin, I just drive to the city. Okay, I take a car. I drive a car to the city this afternoon. Yeah. After the live session. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the books of the desert rice. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I just do the much. I just do the dream as you. Okay. I take some leave. Okay, as you do. Yeah. Okay. Now let's continue to talk about the book. Okay. Talk about the book. Okay. And one of my friend and our authorship was always said. So when you. Okay. See you, my friend. Suso. Okay. See you. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm inspired by you, okay? I'm inspired by you. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the book, okay? Talk about the book of the Desert Rise, written by Chinese author Xuemo, yeah? So my friend, he's from Canada, that's not Kevin, okay? Okay? And he's a Chinese Canadian. He's Chinese Canadian, okay? When he read the book, he said that this is the first time I would truly step into China through a story. But now he's ethnically Chinese. His grandfather immigrated from China to Canada, and he grew up reading the books about China, mostly written by Western authors. The Desert Rise was the first book by a Chinese writer that he had ever read, a book about the real life, struggle, and the spirit of Chinese people. He also said, he also said to me, the translator, Mr. Holt Goblet and Mrs. Silver Richard Lin, beautifully preserve Mr. Sherman's deep emotions, yeah, his love and longing for his homeland. That authenticity made him feel completely in love with our author Sherman's writing. So that's the power of Mr. Sherman's writing. And then the book was translated by Holt Goblet and Silver Richard Lin, the Nobel Prize winning translator. Yeah. So do you know that the Mo Yan in China? Kevin, have you ever read a book about Mo Yan? Okay. So Mr. Sherman give an idea to Mo Yan to write the books, and then Mo Yan become the writer of Nobel Prize winning author. Yeah. So you saw Jan? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that, my friend. Karen, yeah. Jen, he's so kind. He's really a kind lady, yeah. And she kind to anyone. And sometimes she was joking. Okay, she's so funny too. She's so funny too. Yeah. Okay, she just added a video. She just added a video of of our author Xuemo's video. So you know that nowadays Miss Xuemo was in Hong Kong. Okay, actually, Miss Xuemo just finished the trip from Singapore, and then Miss Xuemo will go to join the Hong Kong book fair. And actually, one of my friend was joining the Macau book fair, the Macau book fair. Yeah, so I saw a lot of new book written by our author Xuemo in Macau. Okay, I met a lot of new book. Yeah. So okay, let's continue to talk about the book. This book it also have the German editions, the German editions, and then the German editions is we have the Desert Rise and the Desert Hunter, and then a lot of reader come to Franco Book Fair. The book Black Coffee. Yeah, I love the black coffee and the black tea. Okay, and also I love Karen and Daniel. Yeah. So the German edition of the Desert Rise was translated by Hans Peter Koch, a student of the renowned German psychology Wolfgang Kubin, and published by Australia's Paperback Press. So I'm going to show you the story. The readers in Frankfurt Book Fair, they want to take the copy, the German edition of the Whitaker Pass the last year, but they cannot got the book because this book was being translated into German. Yeah, the German editions of the Desert Rise and the Desert Hunter. Okay, and some reader they want to take the Desert Trilogy, the last volume of the Whitaker Pass. Yeah, because they love Mr. Schumer's writing so much. They love Mr. Schumer's writing so much. Yeah, so maybe in October, the Frankfurt Book Fair, you can see the German editions at the Whitaker Pass. Yeah. So hi, thank you so much for accompanying with me, Kevin. Kevin, okay? Yeah. Thank you so much for accompanying with me. So I have to go, my friend Kevin. I have to go. Yeah. Love you. Okay. Love you, Kevin, my friend, my best friend. Okay. Okay. So see you. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Okay. Goodbye.